Hello everyone and welcome to the Wolfden. My name is Voltorn Elda and this is what remains of Edith Finch. Yeah, in a sentence that title does kinda sound weird, but we probably don't have to say the game's name that often. Anyway, this is going to be a completely blind playthrough, and with a story heavy game like this, honestly, this is the only way you're meant to experience this if it is your first time. So, if you have not yet played this game for yourself, but you think you might want to in the future, please do yourself the favor and don't spoil yourself too much. Watching this Let's Play will not be the same as you experiencing it for yourself. So, play the game first if you are interested, and then you can always return to this Let's Play at a later point in time. But, without any further ado, we're starting right off. I'd say, sit back, relax, and enjoy. What Remains of Edith Finch. And normally this would be the moment where we would be at the main screen and we have the option to start a new game and play with settings and all that kind of stuff, but clearly no, we're being thrown right into the middle of it all, so yeah. Puget Sound, Fairy Lines, Travel, Cannery. Okay, can we... No, oh, can I... Okay, our gaze is being directed towards this. Puget Sound's journal. From Edith Finch.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Well, if stuff is not going to make sense, then usually it is best to start at the beginning, and dear God, what a house it is. I mean, just... Okay, we can't run, but we do have a zoom key. I like that. And that truly makes this a walking simulator.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Would that be because the house might be at the brink of collapsing? I mean, just looking at that, and my first instinct is, oh my god, that is awesome, but at the same time, oh my god, those floorboards will creak and that thing might collapse at any second. I mean, personally, it looks awesome, but I'm not sure if I would want to live there. I mean, I'm just saying, and okay, that is an awesome mailbox. We don't usually have these kinds of things in the Netherlands, but really, this, a custom mailbox, Orcas Island Gazettes. This is awesome. I love this, and it looks like we haven't been here in quite some time if the mail is still here.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Okay, we clearly have not been here in quite some time. Well, that is fine. That's totally fine, but no, really. This mailbox, love it. Absolutely love it. And it, because it is custom. This is just perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
That was 7 years ago? Or longer? Oh boy. No trespassing. Okay, that is fine. No trespassing. This property is protected by video surveillance. Trespassers will be prosecuted. Well, that's cool. Totally fine. I'm going to guess that we are not trespassing. I hope. Like, if there are...
My mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Okay, so our brother Lewis died, and our mother recently died. Fun. But clearly the house has not been sold in the meantime. If those
Maybe she thought I'd know.
letters were still there?
Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Well, if it's an old house that we used to live in, and there's a single key in a will, I mean, of course we're going there. The Finches. The goat path towards the house? Into the woods? Or the main path? I'm curious about exploring both. I'm not sure where either is leading. I'm not sure if there's going to be collectibles and all that kind of stuff, but... Okay, this forest is awesome. Really.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
How long ago did our mother die? And if we inherited the house, we sound horribly young. Where's our father? And I'm not entirely sure if this is the main path I'm supposed to take, but it seems like it, and...
The woods around the
I
house
love
have
this.
always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Well, not always something has to be said. I mean, you can just appreciate the silence. But if you find it uncomfortable like that, I guess. But really, you used to live in an amazing place. I mean, to have a forest like this at your front door... I could only dream about that. I can... Milton Finch. Oh. Milton's funeral. Was he found in that case? This would be the path I would normally get to. Huh.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Again, it looks beautiful, but also even more so than before, as if it could collapse at any second. Who would build like that? Like, okay, I get it, maybe structural integrity on the middle of the house would become too much and such, but I don't know. Again, it looks beautiful, but at the same time, oh boy. And a dragon?
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6.
Wow.
It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then.
Yeah, no kidding. What's the dragon in the pond, Mama? Oh, it killed my husband. Yeah. That's... No. More missing posters? I'm not entirely sure if I can interact with a lot of stuff or not, but nonetheless. Huh. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with this family or what happened in the past, but I have a feeling we're going to find out. And damn, that is a lot of missing posters, all for Milton. Huh. Well, we've got a key.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Structural integrity. I'm just saying. But no, we've got a key, and if we want
Now,
answers...
as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
But afraid why? And also 17 years? Yeah, that is indeed young. I'm being pointed in this direction, but at the same time I want to explore. Wind chime. Sweet. So I'm going to assume that nobody lives here anymore. I mean, 7 years ago, last time we were here. I mean...
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Yeah, I can imagine. But... we could have tried to... Can I go outside again? Fine. We'll just continue.
The power turned off the night we left.
Why did you leave though? Why? If you leave 6 years ago or 7 years ago. 6 years ago, that's when you left. 7 years ago was the funeral of Milton. Why leave everything just in such a hurry? Why leave it behind? What happened? Okay, we might not be able to interact with a lot of stuff, but I do have to say, I love this. I love how this all looks. There is a massive story here. I want to
For
find
the
out.
first time in years.
Okay, ooh, hey. For the first time in years. Edith, Milton, Lewis, Dawn, and Eddie. That's a lot. Okay. So this was 2010. So 7 years later. Right now 2017, sort of.
I felt like I was home.
Well, it certainly would feel like home if everything is left like this. I mean, really, it all looks the same. So,
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Edith, Eddie, Dawn, Lewis. In loving memory of Lewis Finch. Died 2010. Beloved brother to Edith, son of Dawn, great grandson to Eddie. Ah, boy. So, by the time we left this place, how many of us were still remaining here?
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
I'm sure the cat would appreciate that amount of salmon. I mean, dear God. Something apple pie. Cinnamon? I'm going to guess. I don't see... Yeah, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Cinnamon apple pie. Never had that.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house. So we had Chinese a lot.
Yeah, okay. With that, I'm beginning to understand that... Maybe living here is not always the best because of limited delivery services and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, living in a closer proximity to the rest of society might actually be a bit better. And also, structural integrity. When I hear the house creak, I'm not sure what to think. But
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
why? What caused you to...
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
all to dust. But really, it's... to leave it behind like this, not even clean it up, not even the dirty plates.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Was there a fight over that, maybe? Even the wheelchair is here. What?
Nothing in the house
us
looked
to leave.
abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Yeah, that would be rather unsettling. I mean, the house is massive by the looks of things. This is just the ground floor, and already I am just looking all over the place, and there's so much stuff. I mean, this is the perfect place to wander around in, but I am so intrigued to find out what happened. That might be where the key fits, and we are alone here, right?
Yeah, there's no need to worry about scary monsters hiding around the corner. Though if this were real life, I probably would worry about rodents running around the place, which would scare us half to death.
We are alone. We were busy with packing.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Okay, that's not normal, is it? Why?
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
I hope that is not literal. I mean, that would be weird. I mean, this is already weird. Why? Why? And can we go up? Yes, we can. I know we can go downwards.
Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Okay, that's cool. So, just like that, the bedroom was sealed, and then people. That's cool. Perfect rebellion.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Because you were too much in here. I mean, that's beautiful. These rooms are beautiful. It's a bit on the empty side. But it's beautiful. And
Louis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
book. Okay, I've got a key. It might fit on here. Talking about secret passages. That looks like a secret passage. Especially because clearly there's something in that direction. There's so many doors. Molly.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with. If she hadn't died in 1947.
Wait. Okay, so Molly died in 1947. Then, at the age of 10, dear God. So at the age of 10 she died. Then the door was locked. Like this. And we grew up in this house. We grew up in this house with these doors already being locked? Or... Because right now I'm confused. Oh, I don't... There's so much I can go right now. I have the door downstairs and there was a thingy. I'm not entirely sure where I want to go right now. I want to go everywhere. Okay. First up, you. What are you? Barbara. Okay.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Sven was quite handy if he built the rest of the house. I mean, that's pretty sweet.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Okay. Well, that means... I like to have this play. Can I do it again? Here we go. Come on. Brilliant. Thank you. Just a little bit of sound on the background. Makes it a little bit less unsettling. Because I know where the sound is coming from in this case. So that makes me guess the key has to fit up here in that case. Maybe that thing? But before I check that out, there's more doors. Sven and Edie. Sven Hofstad Finch, 1964. E 2010. Huh.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
That is a long time ago, yeah. So what... Still weirded out by just completely sealing the rooms. Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Yeah, totally normal. Totally normal. Plus the whole grim idea of, yeah, this used to be the room of someone who died, and you will no longer be able to enter it ever again. It... Just weird. Calvin and Sam. Okay, for a room like this, there's two. Why? Where is Sam?
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Ah. Wait, so... Calvin died. Sam kept living in that room because they shared room. This is... I'm not entirely sure what to think of this. In general, I'm basically being weirded out. My Friend Bigfoot by... Oh, Barbara Finch.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
She was the popular one. I can see why. Well, most certainly, there be a ton of secrets afoot. Barbara, 1960.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Yeah, that's what happened with child stars. Not all of them make it all the way till, well, basically being old and famous.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Okay, original house, and then Sam built it further. I have no clue about the names and all that kind of stuff. Can I go here?
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Why leaving that locked? This place, there's a lot of stories here, a lot of questions, and I'm gonna try and find out what happens.
A house with a massive history like the Finches, spanning across multiple generations. It feels less like a house and more like a museum. But in the end, it will all boil down to a single question. Why did we decide to leave it all behind?